So today we will learn about the trigonometry. Its definition is trigonometry is the study of triangles, their angles, lengths and more. The name comes from Greek trigonon, which means triangle, and metron means measure. Or there is another definition, tri means three, like we read mono, di, tri. In chemistry you also read. So tri means three. Gono means angles and metry means measurement. So study of or measurement of three angles. So in trigonometry we usually talk about the triangles. There are two cases, one is a right angle triangle and other is different type of triangle. So first we will be focusing on right angle triangle only. So in a right angle triangle, longest side is the hypotenuse and there is an angle also, theta. I'll draw here and write its spelling also. So this is theta. Theta is used to represent angle, like we use x and we use y. Now the side which is facing the theta, this one, this side, this is facing. So the side which is facing the theta will always be opposite and the remaining side is adjacent. So we have hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent. Now we have basically we have 6 trigonometric ratios. First one is sine, we have cosine, tangent, cosec, sec and cotangent. So we have sine, cosine, tangent, cosec, sec and cotangent. So now we usually first talk about the sine. It's abbreviated as sine. Sine, cos and tan. These are the 3 basic ratios and these are the inverse which I am highlighting are the inverse ratio, like sine has inverse cosec, cosine has sec and tangent has cotangent, but this is not a part of our studies right now. So we'll be focusing on 3 only. So we have sine, cos and tan. So each ratio has different formula. For example, sine theta is equals to opposite upon hypotenuse. Cos theta is equals to adjacent upon hypotenuse and tan theta is equals to opposite upon adjacent. So these are the 3 basic ratios and to memorize it, to remember it, we have expression so ka 2. Yes, so ka 2. So sine theta means opposite upon hypotenuse, so OH. Here you can see OH. And cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse, so AH, and tan is opposite upon adjacent, so OA. So this is how you can memorize it. You can memorize this small expression so ka 2 and then you can do it. Now I'll show you how to use these trigonometric ratios to find the unknown side. Now how to find this x? First we need to see that what is given, what is known and what is unknown. So this 5 is opposite because this is in front of angle, so this is opposite, and in front of 90 we can write hypotenuse, so the remaining will be adjacent. So if I concentrate here, I can see that I know 5 which is opposite and I have to find x which is hypotenuse. So O and H comes in which ratio? Now I have to see. So OH comes in this ratio, sine. Okay, I will write here sine theta is equals to O upon H. So sine, in place of theta I can write 30 degree because the angle given, opposite is 5 and hypotenuse is x. Now this x is dividing here on, I want to find the x, so what happens, this x goes to the left side and this sine 30 comes, replaces it, like it moves like this. So we have x is equals to 5 upon sine 30. So you will use the calculator and put the value of sine 30. So 5 upon sine 30 will give us 10. So this is how we find the, and if the unit is in centimeter, then we will write centimeter here with it. So this is how we solve it. I'll give you more example. Now we need to find 2 unknowns. First one is x and second one is y. So I will first find x and I will see what is x and y. So if I see here, this x is opposite because it's in front of the angle and this is in front of 90, this one. So it's hypotenuse, and the remaining will be A adjacent. So O is unknown, H is known, so I will use sine because I will write the expression again here. So Cartua. So in sine O and H comes. So I'll write sine theta is equals to O upon H. Sine theta is 35, opposite is x, and hypotenuse is 5. So now x is in the numerator, so this 5 will multiply with sine 35. So x will be equals to 5 multiplied by sine 35. So x is equals to, now we'll use calculator to multiply 5 by sine 35. So answer is 2.8678. Now usually it is very important to write the answer in 3 significant figure in these type of questions. So I have written 5 digits here, 5 significant figure. Now I'll round it off to 3 significant figures. So I'll write x is equals to, this is 1 significant, this is second significant, this is third. On third significant, I will stay and see the next number. If the next number is more than 5, greater than 5, then I'll add 1 to this third number. I'm just making a dot so you can see. Yes, I'll add 1 in this number and the rest will become 0 if it is more than 5. And if it is less than 5, then it will remain as it is. So since it's 7, greater than 5, so my answer will be 2.87. Plus 1 will be done here. So x is 2.87. Now we need to find the y. Now to find the y, I will see which side is it. Y is adjacent. Y is adjacent and 5 is hypotenuse. So AH comes in which ratio? I have to locate here. So AH comes in cos C. So I'll write cos theta is equals to A upon H. I'll write cos 35 is equals to, adjacent is y and hypotenuse is 5. So this is divided, on the other side will multiply. So y is equals to 5 into cos 35. So again I'll get the value of y. 4.0957. So y is equals to, see this is 1 significant, 2 significant, 3 significant. Now next number is 5 plus 1 I am doing here. So obviously I cannot write 10 here. So 9 will give 1 to this number, the preceding number, this previous number, it will give 1 to it and become 0 for 10. So the answer will be 4.10. So this is slight important thing which you need to know. So now the answer is in 3 significant figure. Remember that 0 is significant in the end. So this is how to find the value of 2 unknowns. Now one common mistake which a student do, I'll tell you. When you are solving this in calculator, for example, if cos 35 is equals to y upon 5, so you can also write y is equals to cos 35 multiplied by 5. So this is simple, but when you write this same thing in calculator, when you write cos in calculator, it opens the bracket automatically. So whenever you open the bracket, whenever you write the cos, it opens the bracket, and then what student usually do? They multiply it by 5 and then they click on the answer and they get the wrong answer. Why wrong answer? Because the calculator will first multiply 35 by 5 and then it will find the cos. So cos 175 it will find despite of cos 35 into 5. So whenever you are doing it, the correct way of doing it is that you open, when you write cos and the bracket already opens, you need to close the bracket, then multiply by 5. Or alternate ways, 5 multiply by cos 35. Now if even the bracket is open, it will not affect your answer because it will treat 5 as different number and cos 35 as different number. So I hope this misconception is clear, because due to this misconception, student lost their marks. So this is the second condition. Now we have one more condition. I want to discuss that also. Now in this part C, they are asking us to find the theta, the x unknown. Two things we need to find, and they have given us two sides now. Now we need to find the angle also. So to find the x, we have two methods. First method, we use Pythagoras theorem and we find x easily, because when we know two sides, we can use Pythagoras to find the third. Or other method is to find the angle first and then find x, but Pythagoras is very easy, so I'll use that. Pythagoras theorem is h square is equals to a square plus b square. I have the hypotenuse, the longest side. This is the hypotenuse, the longest side. So 5 square is equals to AB square. So we can take any side as A and any side as B. It doesn't make any difference. So x square plus 7 square. This 7 square will go to the left side and will become minus. So x square is equals to 15 square minus 7 square. We will use calculator to evaluate it. So 15 square minus 7 square give us 176. Now we will take root on both sides because we want to find x. So I'll take root here also and here also. So the root of 176 is 13.266. So x is equals to 13.266. And whenever you put root on a square, make sure to write plus minus here. Plus minus here because whenever we put a root on a square, it could be either positive or negative because we don't know the value of x. And I tell you why we put plus minus. For example, if I write minus 2 square, then it is 4, and if I write 2 square, this is also 4. So in both cases, we have the answer as 4. So if I write x square is equals to 4, it means x can be minus 2 or x can be plus 2. So that's why we write both. But since it's a length, so we will only write the positive value. So the value of x will be finally 13.3 to 3 significant figures. And the lengths are in centimeter. So I'll write centimeter. If it is meter, you will write meter. Whatever length is written, you will write. So now I found the x. Now I'll want to find the theta. So to find the theta, I have to see unknown sides. Always use those sides which is given. Like for example, since I have now know the value of x, I can use this 13.266 also or 13.3 here. But if for example I have done something wrong here and in finding x, then my answer will become wrong, completely wrong. So God forbid if I have found the x wrong and I'm using these 15 and 7 values, so there's a chance that I got the marks for this angle theta. So make sure to use the given values until you cannot use it. Like for example, there's a need of using the known values. Sometimes we find the values and then we use it in the next part. So if it is not the requirement, then do use the values which is already given. So I'll use 15 and 7 and I have to see what 15 and 7 are. So in front of theta is opposite. So this is opposite actually. This is opposite and this is adjacent and this is already a hypotenuse. So AH, now I have to see AH comes in which ratio. So I'll write the expression again. Soka 2. After some practice, you will memorize it and you can use it directly. But in the beginning, you might need to write this again and again. So, okay, so we have Soka 2 here. Now we know the A and H. So AH comes in this cos. Okay, this one. So cos theta is A upon H. So usually we put the angle here, but we don't know the angle. We need to find it. So I write theta. A is 7 and hypotenuse is 15. Now till here it's simple. But now how to find the angle theta? I have to take this cos to the right side. I have to take this cos to the other side here. So how to do this? What should I do? Actually, when we move the function, it becomes inverse. Like we will write cos inverse and 7 upon 15 in the bracket. It does not divide. Like for example, I write sine theta is equals to 5. So I cannot write theta is equals to 5 upon sine. Like we do in x and y. Like I write 5x is equals to 5, x is equal to 5 upon 5. Not like this. What I should do? I will write sine theta is equals to 5 and then I write theta is equal to sine inverse 5. So how to get this inverse function in the calculator? You can see the cos function in your calculator. Okay. It's usually in third row of a calculator. And to get the inverse, you need to press shift. Press shift first and then press cos. So cos inverse will come. Then in the bracket you can write 7 and there's a fraction button also. So use that or write 7 divided by 15 and close the bracket. Then you will get 62.18. We write the angle to usually 1 decimal place. So if I round off to 3 significant figures, this is 1 decimal place. So I'll stay here. This is my 1 decimal place. Next number is 8. So I'll add plus 1. So 62.2 will be the angle. So this is how to find the unknown angle. I hope it's clear now. These are the three methods which we use usually to find the basic trigonometric functions. I hope this video is really helpful for you. Please give it a like, subscribe my channel.